where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I see myself as a TFT legend, as I say that, a king at TFT. Hopefully, making large withdrawals, making withdrawals, and having my own mentorship program.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today we have a special guest from Canada, Mr. Stong. Welcome, Mr. Stong.
Welcome. Thank you for that warm welcome. My name is Mr. Stongs, as you said. My actual name is Hamza Ali. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Mr. Stongs comes from the word that I'm a Stongs comes from.
Okay, so thank you for introducing yourself. Can you tell us how you started with trading?
I'm an engineer, coming down from I just had my degree finished, and then I went into the stock market trading options pre-COVID. When I was trading options pre-COVID, the gains were not as much. It was not really appealing. You make a couple $20-$30 here and there. And I was like, you know what? If I want to make this into my full-time career, I need to have full capital, large capital. Then what happened was last year I got introduced to Forex, and I got introduced to prop firms that lend you money, large capital. I never knew this was true. I didn't believe it until I was in it myself. And I'll tell you right now, who was watching this, prop firms are legit, especially TFT. You guys are probably the best firm I've been with so far. And I'm telling you from experience from other prop firms as well. But coming back to this, I've been trading for almost 4 years now, coming to Forex. So far, it's been amazing.
Is there a huge difference between options and trading? I believe there is.
Definitely there is. I used to trade options based on the fundamentals, so news and stuff. So when there's big news, say for example, Mr. Powell wants to say something, and when Powell speaks, the market goes crazy.
Yeah.
So when that happens, usually I try to speculate what the stock would do. I was mostly in Tesla pre-COVID. Tesla was flying rocket. So I used to do a lot of call options again on Tesla, which made a good amount of money. However, again, we also lose some because you get greedy, and next thing you know, everything is going away. But it's mostly fundamentals in options. I would say options and forex complete two different things from my point of view, because it was fundamentals, and now this is purely based on what you see on the charts.
Yeah. So you definitely have a different strategy, I guess. Can you tell me a little bit about the overgoing process and the whole study and the differences, the strategies that you changed, everything?
So I went from fundamentals to now I trade plus ICT Concepts. I did the whole 6-month course of ICT, and after ICT, I also got introduced to SMC. I also previously I knew a bit of order block, supply and demand, price action, but wasn't really into it as much. But when I came across ICT, I understood true SMC. I used that, and I combined a bit of order blocks and price action and market structure, and I combined them both. And now my strategy works very nicely in terms of having a higher time frame, POI getting hit, and then going into lower time frames to find an entry. And then I target around 5 to 6 RR. Usually on my trades, I don't like to go for 20 RRs because when people say to take 20, 30 RRs, usually it's not always the case, because you have to take 20 losses before taking that 20 RR trade.
Yeah.
And I can't, and my psychology, I can't open MT4 and see 20 losses. I can't take that personally. So I keep it consistent, 4 or 5 RRs on a weekly basis, much better than making one big 20 RR trade.
Yeah, I totally agree. And actually, I'm an ICT trader as well. So I can ask you, which is your favorite content from ICT?
I would say in terms of FVG entries, this was the deal breaker for me. FVG entries was honestly amazing. When I first got introduced to because I used to trade order blocks, and sometimes the price would come to my order block very close to it, and they would tap me in. And I was like, why is it doing this? Why is it not tapping me in? What's the issue? Later, I came to realize from ICT that, listen, order blocks are just something that sits above a imbalance or an FVG entry.
Yeah.
So the moment I started practicing FVG entries, it was a game changer. Everything changed after that. My entries were precise. My entries were, sniper entries, in and out right away. It was amazing. So ICT Concept. So ICT taught me FVG, and FVG was the deal breaker for me. Or you could say that FVG entry, after that entry, or after that concept, when I learned that, after that, everything just changed.
And so you didn't learn anything else before for Forex, only ICT and smart money concepts?
Yep, that's all I learned.
Wow,
there's no retail
You'd be really lucky to
concepts. I mean,
jump
I did
into investing.
like I did read a bit about. I mean, hey, I mean, like I did read a bit about retail strategies. You know, like trendline liquidity, trendline strategies, and double top, double bottom, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I use that knowledge to know where the retail traders are, just so I can avoid those type of the, those areas, because usually they get taken out and then the real big move happens.
Yeah.
So I usually try to use that to my knowledge to see where majority of the liquidity is sitting,
Or the
and then based off of that,
manipulation.
I get in the trade after they're taken out.
Mm.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. And what did you struggle with the most in your trading journey, and how did you overcome the struggles?
Honestly, for me, it was psychology, because you have to understand, I'm from Toronto. So I trade UK Open, which is around 8 a.m. UK. It's 2 a.m. in Toronto. So I used to wake up 2 a.m., 6 months consecutive, every single day, just to trade and keep on forward testing. Because I know I didn't, before I got into prop firms, I was only forward testing on a demo account, how to master my strategy. And every time I used to not really work out because my psychology was not right. I was forming into trades. I didn't know how to execute the trade, which is getting in and getting out.
Yeah.
And then ICT came along. He helped me a lot with terms of FVG entries and how to be precise in your entries, snapper exits. And again, waking up at 2 a.m. was a struggle. That was definitely a big thing, especially being able to wake up from 2 a.m. and then trade or stare at the charts for hours till London closed at 12, which is around London closed at 12 p.m. my time. So 2 a.m. to 12 p.m. Just looking at the charts was so draining for me. Later on, I tried to figure out, how can I make this more in a way where I don't really have to look at the charts. I just get in the trade, go about my life, do my things, then come back and have alerts set up. And then by experience, I realized that you can just have your thing, have all your analysis done the night before. And when you come in the morning, when your PO gets hit, you go on your phone or in your laptop, place your limits, and then go about your day. You come back and have your phone, ping you every time there's a stop loss hit or a TP hit, or
So you're not actively managing the trade. You're just placing your stop loss, target profit, and then you go away.
Honestly, it depends. It depends on the trade. It depends on how clean the price action is. I do manage trade sometimes, but also I don't manage trade. So basically, what happens is I wake up at 2 a.m. Right? I look for entries. Usually, there's never really an entry at 2 a.m. Around 4 a.m. is when the price starts to move and a rhythm starts to pick up. So 4 a.m. I get into a trade. I usually monitor till 8 a.m., which is New York Open, because especially when New York opens, it either takes the London high or the low. So if I'm in a sell, which I usually am, I love to sell. I never really buy. I always sell. So you can call me a bull. I love to sell. So when I'm in a sell, usually I wait for the New York to either take the low or take the high. If it takes the low, then I take partials and I just let the trade run and I just go about my day. However, if it's close to my entry and it doesn't look like it's going to be moving much, I really monitor the trade to see if it's going to do something. If it doesn't move much, then I just close the entire trade. So honestly, it depends. Sometimes I actually monitor, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, combining the time and price theory.
You got it. There you go.
And how did you overcome the psychological struggle?
Honestly, until this day, I wouldn't say I'm a psychology expert, because you can never be. It's always a learning process. There's never a time where you can be like, right now I'm a master of psychology. It can never happen. There are times, where I'm in a trade, I'm up 10K, and I'm like, I'm shaking. I'm like, should I close the trade? Should I keep it running? Should I let it run till my take profit hits? It's never a time where you can be like, I master my strategy or the psychology. So the way I try to try to practice that or master it is where I try to not be greedy. When the market gives me profit, I take it out and I just be happy with it. Either take partials or take full profit and I cash out. The moment I started to practice this, not being greedy, not FOMOing, is when I started to realize more profitability in my trading. I started being more consistent with my profitability, and it was much more better with my psychology as well, because I was not really holding trades for longer times and I was looking at my phone while I'm eating, while I'm sleeping or showering. So it really did help me in terms of not being greedy and taking profits when the market gives it to you.
Are you reading any psychological books, listening to podcasts?
Honestly, the podcast I listen to is TFT. I love your interviews. Many of the guys who come on here are very, very experienced. One of the guys I listened to, I don't know what his name was. Oh yeah, it was Paladin. He really, he really helped me in terms of mastering my psychology, in terms of how he did it, especially being a young trader himself. It really did help me in terms of try to follow his footsteps. So in terms of podcast, I also listen to this person called Wisdom of Wits, or Wits of Wisdom. He talks a bit about different trader journeys, different traders out there in the market who practice psychology only, and they talk about how to master psychology. Another thing, of course, the book of Mark Douglas. He's the OG when it comes to psychology.
Yeah.
Right? So I do watch his videos. It's a bit long, but it really does help me when I'm driving somewhere outside, long rides, just put him on. And it really helps me conquer my thoughts and try to rethink again, how am I trading? How can I improve this? How can I, not be greedy and so on and so forth.
Yeah. So you said that you have been trading Forex for only a year and you've been learning ICT concepts for 6 months. Does it mean that you became profitable after 6 months of learning ICT concepts?
Yes, definitely. I became much more profitable after learning ICT. Previously, like I said before, I didn't know about FVGs, and it would never tap me in, or I would FOMO into a trade, and the next thing you know, I just hit my stop loss. So after ICT, I got a good idea on what FVG entries are, and that whole 6 months was a full grind session. After that is when I started to become more profitable, started seeing more consistent gains, and after that, everything just went uphill.
Actually, it's similar like me. I think it took me as well, like 5-6 months, full focus on ICT.
ICT is like he's a no-brainer, to be honest. People don't really understand what he teaches, but he may be a bit slow, but when you properly understand, it's a game changer.
Definitely. Like, I think that because I started with a student of ICT, and first I got to know the terminology and all the terms that he's using. And with that, it was much easier for me to later understand ICT. So first I kind of had a quick overview from an ICT student, and then I went to ICT. And can you tell me if you find any benefits from your engineering background with trading?
Yes. So in engineering, as you know, as you're an engineer yourself, you would know that we are very strict on timelines. Assignments, back-to-back, quizzes, exams, and that. My whole engineering degree, I may not have learned anything, but I did learn a couple of things. I learned time management. I learned, how to keep up the grind. When you want something, if you want it really that bad, you're gonna push yourself to the level, to the max, right? Engineering degree really helped me, keep on the grind, keep on working as hard as you can until you get to that goal, and manage your time wisely. This way, it really helped me, knowing how much time I should put to trading, how much time to psychology, and the rest time to my other life issues, right? So engineering was, I guess you could say engineering did play a big role with my success in trading. It really helped me in terms of, having that work ethic to keep on pushing myself, even those days where I just lazy. I don't want to wake up at 2 a.m. because I slept at 1 a.m. the night before after going outside with my boys. But that work ethic said, you know what, hey Hamza, you have a goal to reach, get up and work. And that engineering degree really helped me. So I'm very grateful for going to school and actually completing it. I mean, everyone who's watching this, many guys in the industry keep on saying that, degrees, you should drop out and, just focus on making money. End of the day, this may be true, but degrees really help in terms of building that skill that needs to be there to run a business. You learn people manage, you learn people skills, you learn time management, you learn proper work ethics, and so on and so forth. So degrees really help in that scenario, because you're in a university with people and you have to engage, talk, and this helps you, marketing. If you want to market your business, that helps you.
Yeah.
It helps build communication skills. When you want to get other investors in, you got to talk to them. How do you communicate through that as well? Presenting skills and so on and so forth. So it really did open up a lot of doors for me from that degree. So I'm very, very grateful for that degree. And who was watching this, if you're in a degree, finish it off. It will, in the long run, you will be thankful for that.
Yeah, we get advantages of everything.
Exactly. And again, it's like a plan B, right? Like you have something to cushion on, because especially with the psychology, if you're only trading full time, or even part time, and you have no other background or no other cushion to sleep on, it's very stressful. You need to have some sort of a backup plan. Okay, if this fails, what do I do? Right? Because not every month is profitable in trading. Let's be honest. Not every month you make 10K. Some months you make zero. Right?
Yeah.
So when that happens, what do you do now? Right?
Yeah.
You got bills to pay. So that definitely is a big plus.
It's always good to have a backup plan. And are you a full-time trader now?
So currently I'm actually a part-time trader. I do have my full-time job. I'm also a part-time trader. What happens is usually my workplace, I have a hybrid model of working. So it's 3 days from home and 2 days in the office. So the 3 days at home, I usually trade and I do a bit of work here and there. But this really helps me because my psychology is in place, because I have income coming in, fixed income. trading income. So I'm able to trade with no emotions attached, and it really helps me because I know there's the income coming in, and there's no really like any issues. If, for example, if a trade doesn't go my way, it's all good because I have income coming in, right? So it really helps me with psychology. So, of course, the long-term goal in the next couple of months is to leave that job and focus full on trading. But for now, I'm a part-time trader.
I think as well that it's always good to have another source of income aside of trading, so that you can have peace of mind when you're on the charts. So
yeah, definitely. Definitely,
yeah. So would you like to share the screen and show us how you execute, to show us your strategy or a recent trade that you took?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I see many pairs.
Okay, here it is.
Favorite pairs that you trade?
Yep. My favorite pair is, of course, this one, GBP CAD. GBP CAD and Euro CAD. I love, especially because I'm from Canada. Actually, no. There's no interference, but these pairs would move really nicely. The price action is very, very clear. I would say FVG entries work really, really well with especially this pair, GBP CAD. So yeah, GBP CAD is probably one of my favorite pairs. I would say that.
Okay, and you trade it. Do you trade also other pairs, or you focus only on those two?
Well, I do. If you can see, I have a ton of setups here, a ton of pairs here. I trade all of them. But what I do usually is I trade setups. The way I trade setups is usually the night before I do my analysis on roughly all of them, and whichever the price actually looking good, I go and I filter them. For if you see purple here, purple basically means that it's a strong confluence for the trade. So I would have like 3-4 of them in another area here, and I would only focus on the 3-4 pairs. So from all of these 20 pairs or 10 pairs here, I'll only focus on 3-4 pairs and just focus on that and trade those only. But that depends on my trading plan. If it's near my POI, price action is good, and so on and so forth. It has to match all my plan that I have.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess you're doing the top-down analysis.
Yep.
What is the highest time frame that you
go from the top analysis here for you? So honestly, I started from the 4-hour just to get a bit of clear idea on what the price is doing. As you can hear, there was a very nice price action here, a lot of bearish movement, and then I did see a clean level of supply. I just saw it right here on this 4-hour chart, and there's also level over here, equal lows right here. When I saw this, I was like, you know what? Price definitely has to come, either tap into this demand or fill this imbalance or break through, continuing all the way bearish movement. So I waited for the price to come, tap into the zone. As soon as it tapped in, you see this large wick here. I went to the 5-minute. Waited for a nice clean change of character, which it did right here. Took the Asian high, and after that point, I was like, you know what? Okay, the liquidity was grabbed, major liquidity was grabbed. Give me a clean change of character. Left this imbalance right here, and the 9-minute was a clean FVG entry. So it was a 10-minute, I believe. 10-minute, yeah, 10-minute. I have an entry on half of the FVG fill, which is right here between these two wicks, top of it above, and it tapped me in very nicely and went for a nice 8-hour. I actually cashed out at this liquidity point right here, just turn on liquidity. Cashed for a nice 5-hour, and I called it a day. And this is actually after news. I don't really hold news trades, but I took partials at this level, at the Asian low, and I had my stop loss at break even. I was, you know what? Let me just hold it. Let's see what happens. And I actually went my way. So got lucky here, but usually this doesn't happen. I don't like to hold trades after news. I usually get out before news, but today I just felt, let me just do it. And this went my way. Thank God.
It was a nice one. What do you think that is more important, risk to reward or win rate?
For me, I would say risk to reward, and again, also winner as well. But for me, for example, when I trade, my risk to reward usually is around 5 to 6 RR, usually depending on the trade. But I'm consistent. That also kind of correlates with win rate as well. I think my win is around like 50 to. Because usually average traders have around half of the win rate, right? 40 to 50% win rate. But being consistent is much more important. Hence why I try to focus more on the RRs. Try to get minimal RRs, but on a more consistent basis. So the profits keep coming in, minimal losses with 0.75 risk management. The maximum risk is 0.75. With that risk management, you focus on 5 RRs and on a more of a consistent basis, and everything goes well. So I would definitely say more emphasis on RRs, but also more emphasis on win rate as well. Because they both have to kind of correlate with each other.
Yeah, you're only intraday trader, right? You're not keeping trades overnight.
Yes. No. I don't like to hold trades overnight. usually because of swap fees and all that. I just try to avoid all that stuff. So I just get in. Usually I trade, again, like I said, 8 a.m. UK Open. Get in UK Open, look for some entries. And usually entries happen, especially my strategy, entries usually happen around midday UK before New York. I get into a trade, try to get out before New York. But if I'm in a trade and the price has left my entry way far away, then I try to hold it throughout New York because usually it will take out the London low. But if the price is close to my entry and I see the London high very close to the New York Open, then I get out because usually New York will just fly above and take the high of the London.
Are you following the Mentorship 2023 from ICT?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't yet. But I did look into 2020 mentorship, the last year's one. Right now I'm actually walking through that one right now. But 2023 I haven't yet. But I think I should. I think I need to. Just haven't had the time. I've been traveling a lot lately, so just haven't had time.
I mean, many traders think that you have to know from ICT to be able to be profitable, but I haven't passed through everything that he's teaching, and I see results. So you don't need to know everything in order to be profitable. It started
literally same thing with me too. I mean, when I came across FVG entries, after that, I mean, the same thing with me. When I came across FVG entries from ICT, after that it became profitable for me. So once I learned that, I was like, you know what? Do I really need to go in depth and learn everything? So honestly, after FVGs, I was like, you know what? Let me take it easy and focus more on backtesting this and see if it works. And it worked out, and so far it's going pretty well.
I mean, he's telling himself that we have to find what is simplest for us and what is easiest for us to catch with the eyes, what we feel comfortable with. We don't need to trade everything possible.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing with trading, right? It's more about trading A+ setups and not everything that you see.
Yeah.
And that's when you become more profitable, when you only trade setups that follow your plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. What are your goals with your trading career?
Wow, that's a tough. Well, my goal, honestly, with trading, I want to use the income from trading to actually help poverty. Right? I'm not really about the whole luxury lifestyle and buying Lambos, mansion, Ferraris. That's good and all, but there's more benefit or there's more happiness in helping those that are in need. Right? So my goal is to use that money, build a capital for myself, and try to fund other investors who are probably not able to pay a big fee for a prop firm, or try to help people who are actually unfortunate in the third world countries. Build water wells for them, build different types of education institutions and so on. So that's my goal with trading. Use our funds to actually help and benefit people rather than just keeping it to myself and being greedy.
Incredible. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years, I see myself as a TFT legend. Let's just say that. A king at TFT. Hopefully. Making large withdrawals. making withdrawals and having my own mentorship program. Recently, I started a mentorship program for a couple of my close friends. Giving them regular mentorship in terms of how to take trades, share my strategy, and so on. Long-term goal, of course, to have a proper course, to teach others as well. But again, I have no idea of that, how I'm going to do that. But, for now, it's just focus on my own trading, try to build my money, build the capital, and then we'll go from there.
When you mentioned TFT, how did you find TFT and how is your experience with us?
So honestly, like I said previously, I'm also funding with other prop firms. TFT has been the best so far. The community, Mr. Angelo, the CEO, live online, live talking on the Discord. This interview, I don't know any other prop firm that has this interview with every one of the traders who have got a payout. It really is a blessing to be able to, with a prop firm that cares about their clients, not just wants to give them money and just, how people say many prop firms hunt stop losses. Well, TFT is not like that. TFT is actually cares about their clients, cares about their traders. They want them to succeed. And I'm forever grateful for the opportunity TFT has given me. Actually, right now, I'm actually in Saudi Arabia. And this whole trip is funded by TFT's payout. So I'm very grateful to be able to come to Saudi Arabia and worship my Lord. And this is actually more of a religious trip. So I'm able to come here on this trip and being after getting a payout from TFT. So it's honestly a blessing, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you, Angelo, and thank you, TFT.
We're glad to hear that. And we're happy to have profitable traders like you.
Likewise.
Yeah. What advice would you give to new traders that are just getting started?
Honestly, I would tell them, don't give up. There'll be times where you'll be hopping different strategies. This is part of the game. This is how you learn. I would say stick to one strategy, master it, and you're going to keep on losing, but keep on mastering it and doing it again and again and again. And one time, and I promise you, you'll see the breakthrough coming in. You just got to keep on staying consistent. The thing that differentiates the losers with the winners is they give up. The winners keep on pushing themselves. It may take you 1 year, 2 months, 5 years, 10 years, no matter what it takes. Keep on pushing, and one day you'll see that breakthrough and you'll be profitable.
I love the motto: a winner is a loser who has tried one more time. So that's how it is.
You got it. Exactly. That's what it is. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
And I didn't ask you about blown accounts and challenges. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that? Have you blown accounts? Have you failed challenges?
Oh man, I have blown multiple. So previously, I actually failed 8 challenges before passing a platform challenge.
Okay.
I failed a lot of challenges, blown a couple of accounts as well. But what really made me still believe in myself after failing 8 challenges was that I know that I could make it happen. My strategy was working. My strategy was working for my friends. My friends were passing prop firms and I was failing. And I was like, that makes no sense. How are they using my strategy and passing and I can't? What it came down to for me was the psychology. I was not able to hold trades. I didn't know when to get in and get out. So when I mastered that, and again, thank you to ICT to be able to, for giving me that breakthrough. Once I mastered his concepts, I was able to pass challenges, keep funded accounts, and be more consistent with a proper risk management plan. Especially if you have a proper risk management plan and a proper trade management, it's game over. Every strategy works, but what really differentiates a profitable trader with a non-profitable is the risk management and trade management. These 2 keys are most important factors with trading. Once you master them, it's game over.
Yeah. So you said you lost 8 challenges. How are you dealing with the losing streak?
Honestly, previously, what happened was I realized that the reason why I was losing that is because of my psychology, not because of my strategy. Because I had no risk management plan. I didn't know how much to risk. I was risking 1% every single trade, no matter the setup. I took every single trade that I saw. Later, when I realized that, listen, I need to have a proper risk management plan, and that's when I developed a risk ladder approach to my trades. I know ICT also talks about this, having a risk ladder approach to your trades, and then only taking good setups. After I started doing that, I was probably able to cope with losing streaks because everyone loses. Trading, people who tell you they win every trade, it's a scam. Just know it's a scam. They're lying. You always have more losses and less wins, but the reason why I know people like with TFT, the guys who trade who are profitable, they would do, and like the reason why they're profitable is because they have a proper risk management plan, and that's what the most important thing. Having a proper risk management plan is what will be able to help you cope with your losing streak, because you're having minimal losses. Because the main idea is maximizing your profits and minimizing your losses. And to minimize your losses is to have a proper risk plan, a ladder approach to your risk. And that's the key here with being able to take all those losses and keep on going.
Yeah. Do you have any last words for us?
Honestly, just want to say, guys, so far, I can't wait for you guys to be the top in the industry. You guys already are for me, the top firm. But I can't wait for you guys to be the top in the industry. And I can't wait to be the king at TFT in terms of the profitable traders, being on the leaderboard, making those large withdrawals. So soon I will be on the list. But until then, thank you for giving me this opportunity, to trade with you guys, and I hopefully I can stay being profitable and keep both of us happy.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the nice words. Thank you for your time and for sharing your experience with us. It has been a pleasure.
No worries. Likewise, Anna. Thank you so much.
Thanks. To all of you watching, thank you so much for watching. That was all from today's interview. We heard so many nice things and we have so many takeaways from it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't done that yet, and show us some love in the comments down below. Happy trading, and until next time.